In the last 20 years, I've coached thousands of speakers and aspiring speakers all around the world, from coaches to consultants to CEOs of Fortune 500 companies to students. And it doesn't matter where you are in your career, the elements that make a great communicator are exactly the same. In this video, I'm going to share a 5-step process that you can implement immediately to improve your public speaking and your communication skills. But before I take you any further, I want you to download the workbook that's going to accompany this exercise that we're going to go through in this video. So click that link in the description below so you can download it and you can have it ready. Ideally print it off so you can work through it and you can make notes as you go along. But did you know you already know what makes a great communicator? You're watching this video expecting to find the answer, but the thing is, you already know what makes a great communicator. Let me explain. Anytime you are watching someone present in a meeting, on a webinar, speaking from a stage or on YouTube, your subconscious mind is ticking off a list of what's engaging and what's not. Eye contact, body language, voice, confidence, energy. And the thing is, you've never applied this to your own skills because you never see yourself present. And the moment you see yourself on a video recording or you hear the sound of your own voice, you immediately say, no, turn it off. I can't watch it. Most people don't like to watch themselves back because we are our greatest critic. And you don't want to see your flaws. But watching yourself back is the best way to learn. You can be your own personal speaking coach. So I have an exercise for you that I want you to do, and I can tell straight away you are not going to like it. It's an exercise that I get all of my clients to go through. It's the best way for you to improve your own speaking skills, and fast. Okay, so step number 1 in this process, I want you to take out your phone and I want you to record yourself speaking on a topic that you are familiar with for about 4 minutes. There is no preparation time involved here. Don't script it out and then read it. But I want you to answer as many of these questions as it's going to take you to speak for approximately 4 minutes. So, question number 1, you're going to start with, hi, my name is, your name, and I'm recording this video to work on my communication skills because, explain what areas you believe you need to improve and why is this important to you. The second step is, tell me about your family, where you grew up, how many siblings you have, what your native language is, and if you speak more than one language. If you have children, tell me about your kids. What are their names? What age are they? And anything else that you'd like to share on the topic of family. The third one is share your hobbies. What do you like to do on the weekend? Can you think of a story of something that happened to you recently while you were enjoying your downtime or your hobby? Okay, and the last question is, what's your dream? If you could have anything in the world, what would that be? Okay, these topics should be extremely familiar to you, so it shouldn't be too difficult for you to speak freely around answering these questions. I know there's going to be a temptation for you to want to record and then record again and then record again until you feel you've got it perfect. But if you do this, this entire exercise is going to be useless. The purpose of this exercise is to see how you speak every day, not the polished version that's rehearsed and rehearsed. We want your imperfections. This is a benchmark exercise to understand where you are now so that we can help you to get to where you want to be. So once you've got that recording, this is really, really important. I want you to wait a full 24 hours before you watch it back. Now, as I said earlier, we are our own greatest critic. And if you watch it immediately, you're going to be too harsh on yourself. When you give yourself a day between, you'll view the recording from a different perspective. You'll be kinder to yourself. You might even have a big smile on your face as you watch it back because you'll see yourself differently. So, 24 hours later, I want you to take this next step. Step number 2. If you haven't already, go grab your copy of the workbook and make sure you download it, because you're going to need it for the next points of analysis and review in this exercise. I want you to watch your recording back and absorb it as if you're hearing this information for the very first time. Imagine someone you don't know sent you this video as an introduction to themselves. How do you perceive them? In general terms. I don't want you to stop and start and analyze every moment of the video. Make note of the things which pop out at you. How does this person come across? Are they confident, friendly, charismatic, fun? Or are they on the other end of the scale, stiff, lacking energy, a bit boring? Make notes of your observations. Do you look and sound confident? Are you smiling? Do your gestures look natural and easy? Was your message clear and easy to follow? Okay, next part of the exercise is I want you to turn your phone over and just listen. Make an auditory review of your speaking. Tune your ears to the sound of your voice. What kind of tone do you hear in your voice? Is it playful? Is it serious? Is it friendly? Is it warm? Is your voice clear? Or is your voice maybe a bit soft, a bit airy? Or does it sound very strong? Does it sound harsh? Does it sound edgy? Does it sound nasal? Are there any words or pronunciation that's difficult to understand? Do you pause? Do you speak in clear, concise phrases? Do you use any filler words? Ums, ahs, you know, kind of, actually, like. So get that workbook and start making notes in the workbook at this section. Remember, this is just an exercise. We don't expect you to be perfect. This is your benchmark of where you are now. And it's also a goal-setting exercise so you can understand where you want to be. Our communication style is formed throughout our lives by listening to others, mimicking subconsciously and through our life experiences. We form habits, but these habits can be changed and broken. How we communicate is temporary. So yes, you can change, you can improve. You just need to change your behaviors. Okay, the next step in this exercise is to do the opposite of what you've just done. You're going to turn the sound off and just watch your video. Again, you're observing to see what kind of presence do you create. Do you look confident? Do you look happy, enthusiastic? Does your body exude energy? Do you look passionate about your topic? Are there any mannerisms that look off? Do your hand gestures look natural or do they distract? Do you hold eye contact with the camera? Is there anything that distracts away from the message? Do you keep touching or fixing your glasses, playing with your hair? Do you shift back and forth from one foot to another? I guarantee if you go through this exercise step by step, you are going to be blown away by what you learn about yourself. Make notes in the workbook about everything you observe. And by understanding your behaviors, you're going to be able to make steps towards removing all of the annoying habits that are undermining your credibility, your authority, your likability, believability, and genuine connection with your audience. Okay, let's move on to the next step. This should be step number 5. I want you to take this recording and get a transcript. You can upload it to YouTube and keep it as unlisted. Make sure you keep it as unlisted, and then grab the transcript that YouTube automatically creates. Or you can use a free transcript software. There's one called Galaxy.ai, I'll put the link below, or any software that you are familiar with and that you can use, which will automatically create a transcript. I mean, we're living in the world of AI. It's very easy. Now, once you have this transcript, this part of the exercise is going to be extremely revealing. I want you to read it back out loud, not under your breath. Read it as if you would present it to an audience. And I want you to read everything, every like every single word, and in the sequence that you said it. Don't try and change it up. I guarantee you will be flabbergasted by what you discover. Now, this part of the exercise will give you a much deeper understanding and perspective into how you communicate, how you structure your thoughts, how clear your message is. Do you speak to the comma and then speak to the full stop? Or do you ramble, drifting from one idea to another with no clear format and separation between the themes and the topics? Do you pause with silence? Or do you fill your pauses with non-words and filler words? Non-words are the ums and the ahs that you use instead of silence. And filler words are the like, actually, these words that you use to fill in the gaps, which completely undermine your credibility. If there's one thing that you work on to improve your public speaking dramatically, this will be it, to remove all these nonsensical words. Now, I want you to take different colored highlighters and I want you to go through this transcript that you have just created. Use one color for the non-words, another color for the filler words, and also highlight phrases that you use repeatedly. You might have go-to phrases that you use over and over and over again without even realizing it. Underline the areas that don't seem to make sense. Completing this exercise will give you a clear indication of your speech and speech patterns, and then highlighting the areas that you need to improve. The first step to making massive improvements is self-awareness. Once you are aware of all the things that you've been taking notes on throughout this 5-part exercise, you'll want to start making changes. And again, if you haven't downloaded your copy of this workbook, go do it now, grab that description link. Changes won't happen overnight, but they can happen extremely quickly when you choose to make conscious effort and to practice. You have to remember, your current speaking patterns and your voice were formed by listening to others. Your voice, your accent, your speaking patterns were not born into you. You learned these by listening to your parents, your teachers, the influences around you as you were growing up. Now, if you had grown up in a different environment, your voice and your speaking patterns would be very different. I mean, my daughters, they're almost adults now, and they developed their speaking habits and traits by first listening to me. They had, I guess, one of the best mentors. My husband is German, so they picked up on some of his speaking habits, and they grew up in a very multicultural city of Dubai, so they had teachers and friends from all around the world. So they have a very mixed accent, but they do speak very clearly and confidently, and I put this largely down to having a voice and communication skills coach as a mum. Now, had they grown up anywhere else with any other influences, they may well be very different communicators. Now, this 5-step process that you've learned here with me in this video will give you the opportunity to evaluate, create awareness, and start working on the areas of your communication that are not serving you. And when you do this, you will open up new opportunities to be seen and to be heard, to be respected as an authority, to get more clients, make more sales, get that promotion, even personally to meet new people and establish new relationships. Improving your communication skills will be life-changing. Oh my gosh, did I really say that? Life-changing, absolutely. Now, this entire process I've just taken you through is the starting point. Now you need to put it into practice on a daily basis. Now, I don't want you to be overwhelmed. Maybe you've identified a lot of areas on your list and in your workbook that you need to work on. Okay, start with baby steps. Pick just 2 or 3 from that list that you can start with, like eliminating filler words, pausing, breathing instead of making nonsensical sounds. Maybe try smiling when you speak and notice what difference that makes. Guaranteed, your voice will sound like it has more energy and it's brighter. Just choose 2, 3, maybe 4 things, whatever you can manage, and work on these over the next week. Now, as you notice improvement, then work in 2 or 3 more. Now, a comment that I hear all the time from the thousands of students who have gone through my masterclasses is, Lisa, how do I practice and how much time do I need to invest into practicing? Well, first of all, I like to say that your practice should be in your everyday speaking opportunities. Every time you open your mouth to speak, make a conscious effort to improve just 1 or 2 things off that list. Don't overwhelm yourself, but try to integrate some of these awarenesses that you have now and see if you can improve them, remove certain sounds, fix certain things that you have identified. And on top of that, this exercise is a comprehensive practice routine in itself. It only takes a few minutes out of your day, but I guarantee you, if you do this on a daily basis, you will improve your future, you will improve your life. Now again, if you haven't already, download the free workbook and start making these changes. Stop making excuses as to why you can't do something and start finding all the reasons why you should, and then go and do it. The whole world is your stage. Every moment is an opportunity. Don't let them pass you by because of poor communication. Remember, your voice, your speaking traits, your habits are merely a series of behaviors that you can influence. So get started today. Now, if you found this video helpful, have you hit the like button yet? Have you subscribed? Come on, go on, do the right thing. Go like, subscribe, and go and watch this video right here if you want more insightful tools, right? This one here. Go watch this one, and I'll see you soon.